Alright, today I am trying to make wheels out of billiard balls, pool balls. Now the reason I'm doing this is here's what I got. Here's what I got to work with. See these wheels? These are like $2.50 a piece, and we push the bundles out on them to band them up and stuff. Well, anyways, I wanted to make wheels and that would last forever. You know, because I'm tired of replacing these things and fixing these stupid things because they're a pain in the neck. I mean, they wear out, but more likely you hit them with a forklift, or someone doesn't bring them in and he comes through, hits them with a forklift, or the big bundles. It's just a big pain in the neck. So what I came up with is I was doing some thinking, and I was like, maybe if I take a pipe, and I have this pipe here, I think it's 1 inch. It's just regular black pipe, and I cut a section out of it. And then, it just so happens that I had this old broom handle that was the same exact inside diameter of it, and I cut a little section, and I hammered it in there, alright, inside the pipe, the little piece, and then I put it on the drill press, and I drilled down through it for like a hole to put the axle through, and I took a nail, and I hammered down the nail, the head, so it's flat. And I put it through there so the wheel will spin on it, you know? It works. But the problem is I had dull drill bits on my drill press over here. And if it was a sharp bit, I have a drill bit sharpener, but not for that small of a drill bit, so you can't sharpen them. And, well, anyways, when I'm drilling down through, instead of drilling, I was like forcing it because it was dull. It ended up taking the grain of the wood, and it came out crooked on the other side. So when you spin the wheel, one side was like a little bit off, the other side was straight, but it was like, you know, it was a crooked wheel is what it was. So here's what I came up with. See, I sandwiched them in here. You can see how it wobbles, and it's crooked. And I sandwiched them in here. This is just like a prototype that we put the bundle on, and we push it out, and it'll roll across the floor. Well, it being crooked and hitting the side a little bit, it was stopping. One of the wheels would stop and would scrape the floor a little. And I was like, well, shoot, you do that a couple thousand times, and you'll have a groove in the floor, and then you have to fix the groove in the floor. Anyways, it was just a big headache. But I drilled all these together, and I could show you how I mounted it in there. I like cut, you know, the holes and stuff, and I just put the nail in here, and I sandwiched it all together. So, that being said, what I want to do is do the same thing, but with pool balls, and I think it'll work. And I have some metal that I had before. I can use this for the axle. I just have to have a drill bit. I got multiple drill bits. They're sharp, and well, this isn't gonna bother anything drilling that out, but we had a bunch of these. We were throwing thousands away of these things. These things were just like, what are they? Clipboard things, thicky doos. And I was like, you know what? I can make a template of the thing I want to put the balls down in. And I measured it. You know, measured the ball. I think it's 2 1/4 inch wide. I didn't have any calipers. I eyeballed it and I measured it 2 1/4. So I'm going to make a template for it. Because if this works, I can make them for all the machines. And I have a bunch of pool balls at home. Or if not, I can go on eBay and buy a set of them, and these things will last forever. So, I'm laying it out for everything. And the way I have to cut this thing out, I brought in my bandsaw from at home so I can cut this thing out here. I don't have to worry about it at home. So I'm laying it out now. I'll show you later on how. I don't even think you can see the line. Yeah, you can see the lines on there. This is where the balls are going to fit in, and then up here, and it's only going to be, it's going to be so wide, and it's just what I'm going to show you right now. So I have to finish laying this out, then I'll cut it out, then I'll show you. It's hard to explain how I want to do this. So I'll show you after I've cut it out. You'll get some kind of idea of what the hell I'm trying to do here. Alright, now that I got the template all cut out, I'll show you what I'm going to do. I have to take the balls and drill a hole through them, and then those will be here. The axle will go through here. This will be made out of this kind of plywood, this part. So this will be there, and you can see the rod will stop because you got these stops on either side. The same with here. You know, they got the stops, so they won't, the axle won't move around. So now I have to take these, transfer them onto a regular piece of wood and cut it out the same way. Alright, now that I got all these cut out, now I just have to work on the next step, which will be probably drilling these suckers out. So let's get on with that. Now that I got all my balls drilled, so now I have to work on making the axle for each one, and so let's cut that to the right size. All right, that's one. Need two more. And number two. Now what I'm guessing I have to do is take these, trace out the holes for the wheels, for the bolts, and cut them out on these things. So I gotta make a stack of them. Alright, so here we are. I bought a 5-pound box of 1.5-inch drywall screws, and now I have to screw these all together. And that's about it. I'll get that on there, and then we'll have to put a back on it, a metal plate. So let's get on with that. I'm going to show you what I have to do now. Is I got it all screwed together. I screwed it from both sides, from this way and that way, to hold it together really good, because I got the screws specifically a little bit shorter. But anyways, I have to mount these as high as this. So I have to put 4 layers on top of those balls just to get it even where I have to put it on there, just so it's even as that. And then I have to put this plate. I'll bend it and I'll put it between them because I don't want it on top. So, alright, I'm putting this in a vise, so I'm going to bend it an angle on it. So now, I'm going to sandwich it in between the two boards. I'm going to put the other board on top of that so it covers that lip up. Alright, it's all done. That's a monster of a roller. This thing is here, when the bundle comes out, it'll hit this, and it keeps going out with the bundle, and it just rolls across the floor. Let's show you. The thing is heavy. That thing will never wear out. Look how smooth that is. Works pretty good. Now let's put on, I'm doing stackers. I'm doing these things again. So I'm stacking them on a pallet over there. So we're going to have to find somebody with a regular bundle to push it out, or if I'll finish these up today, I'll use it on a regular bundle. Update on this, I actually made it smaller because my son said when he bands it, when we use the other one, it's too wide, and he catches it with the band when he's banding the bundle. And I used a 2.5-inch hole saw for the holes for the balls instead. I didn't even need to use the bandsaw, but you know, as I thought about it, I bought the hole saw and everything, so I didn't have to cut it out on a bandsaw. I just drilled some holes and put them in there, and it works just fine. So we'll see you later. Thanks for watching.